Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe and I am a writer and a musician here on YouTube. You can probably tell like from the title and just my whole appearance, I'm doing a bit of an impromptu video which would be a coffee talk, but I don't have any coffee, I just have a glass of water. So this is going to be a coffee talk without the coffee. I don't know what it is, I feel like I've just got like a lot on my mind and I just kind of need to get it out. Like, as you can tell like from the title, I have been thinking about the future a lot recently. This is definitely very, impromptu. I look really rough. I showered a couple days ago, so my hair is like greasy and you probably can't tell. My hair is in this plait. I'm just all over the place, but this is something that I really wanted to talk about because it's something that's been playing on my mind for a couple days now. And I just really wanted to talk about it, but it didn't feel right to kind of talk about in a writing vlog because I can't really talk about my future in a writing vlog unless it's something to do with one of my WIPs. I basically just want to talk about the future, and yes, I am also wearing my boyfriend's hoodie. I have been doing like a lot of thinking recently because obviously I am coming towards the end of college now, and I know what I want to do when I finish college this year, when I finish college at the end of June. I basically just want to carry on with my part-time job, rake up a few more hours a week, a few more days, earn money, save money to be able to then learn to drive, and hopefully by the end of this year or by the very beginning of 2022, I would love to, have my driving license. I don't think that's gonna go, like, nothing ever goes the way you plan it, so I'm not putting like too much pressure on that, but that is something that I would love to do. But then I have also been messaging one of my lecturers kind of about my future because she wanted to know what I was doing in terms of like my diploma, because if you didn't know, this is my 4th year of college and hopefully final year, definitely final year. My first year was a foundation course which was back in 2017, then academic year, then 2018 academic year I did a level 2 music, and then 2019, was it that long ago? 2019 academic year, so it would have been 2019 to 2020, I did a level 3 music course, but it was just a subsidiary, and then I'm obviously now on the level 3 creative media course. So yeah, that's kind of like what I've been doing for the past 4 years. The issue is I don't know why, I just feel like there is a very conventional way of education and way of doing things, and that is, I'm gonna give an example here. Like in America, they finish high school and go straight into college, what they call college, which is uni. In the UK, they go straight into uni, and then the conventional way here in the UK, it's usually to finish secondary school at the age of 16, and then from that 2-year gap, so from 16 to 18, you would go to college. It's classed as further education, and you would do that for 2 years, and then for the next 3 or 4 years you'd go into uni. And I know some people take gap years and everything like that in this conventional system, but I don't know, I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I have thought about uni, I don't think it's for me, but then I wouldn't be opposed to going to uni later on in my life, but if I want to go to uni later on in my life, I would have to have a full level 3 diploma. I would have to have an extended level 3 diploma. And if I leave at the end of June, it would mean that I would only have 2 subsidiary diplomas. It's all very complex terminology if you don't know much about it. I've just been thinking a lot about my future recently and what I want to do, and I don't know. When I finish college at the end of June this year, you know, I want to just carry on with my part-time job with a few more days every week to earn the money to be able to drive, and then ideally I would like to be looking for a full-time job for October, because that would actually mark 3 years. 3 years of being at my part-time job. And I don't know why. I've just been at my part-time job for a very long time, and it's almost like I feel a bit stuck with my life and I need a change, but I don't know what to change. I don't know what my next step is, and I almost feel like if I don't have that next step in front of me, I'm gonna fall off the ladder, because I don't have that step in front of me, if that makes any sense. Just the whole thing, my whole future is like up in the air because of just everything in the world right now, and it's scary. Like, oh god, I don't want to cry in this, I really don't. With the whole coronavirus pandemic, it's difficult. Like, that just kind of goes back to like my whole future in terms of like my actual career. I don't really know how to word it, but it just goes back to all of these like hobbies and interests in my life that could become a career. I don't know which path to take. Does that make any sense? Like, I have all of these different paths in front of me and I keep staring up at all of them. I don't know what direction to go in. And yeah, of course, in the future there are always going to be paths that crisscross over each other, and you know, I may decide that, you know, oh, I'm gonna stick with media and go down the media path, and then later down the road I figure out, oh, I'm just gonna swerve into my music path and like do music stuff, like, I don't know, releasing an EP, an album, and then I could, you know, swerve onto my writing path and release a book, and then you gotta swerve back. Am I making any sense? Like, I feel like there are just so many directions, so many paths and roads in front of me, and I don't know which one to go down. I feel like I'm talking at like a million miles per hour, but it's all just kind of making sense to me now that I am just kind of blurting everything out like a word vomit. I think this is exactly what I needed. There are all of these like paths in front of me and roads, and it's hard to know which one to go down first. I can't go down all of them because there's only one of me. 3 different areas of interest. 3? Yeah, because I've got my media, my music, and my writing. Like, when I say media, I mean like production, like creative media. That's the course that I'm on, you know, creative media production. And it's like, I've gone down this media path, this media roads, whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to call them. And I feel like I've gone down this media path, and I feel like I'm abandoning my other 2 paths, music more so. And music has like become more of a hobby recently. You know, compared to this time last year when I was starting my final major project for my music course, and it was, you know, that point when my media path was a hobby and my writing path was a hobby. I have all of these different paths and roads that I'm staring down, and I want to be able to go down all of them. I want to be able to do everything, but I know I can't. And if I did want to do that, I would need help, and it's not like I would be able to do like a full-time job aside those 3 paths of interest. And it's just a very uncertain time for me because I'm on the media path, but I want to be on the other two paths. I want to be on the music path, which I have really abandoned, and I can't see any like swerves or crosses coming up into that music path. And I guess what I'm trying to say with that is that, yeah, I miss it. I miss music a lot. I love listening to music. I love discovering new music. That's why, like, the future of my channel and the way my channel is now is very reflective of that, because I am doing more music related content on my channel, and that's because that is like my only kind of source of like music. That's the only way that I can express my love for music at the moment. So that's kind of why my channel has taken a bit of a different direction recently. I guess that's another thing that I've wanted to talk about, just the future of my channel, the future of me, and all of these different paths I want to go down, but I can only do one at a time. I'm always on this path of writing, but it's media and music that seem to be interchangeable. And maybe there is a way down the road when they do merge, you know, where I could be, I don't know, making music for like media productions and things like that. That is something that I have considered, but I don't know, because it's like as soon as I'm on that music road and I get like, I don't know, I'm not going to say halfway down it, because like these paths aren't measurable, but it's like I get part of the way down like my music path and I decided that I want to take a swerve into the media path, but I can't because there's like, I'm being blocked. I feel like I'm very passionate about this, and I hope I am getting my point across, and I hope that, you know, people can resonate with that. Like there are so many paths in my life that I always need to be looking down towards, and the challenge is knowing which path to take at each time, at each point. And yeah, at the moment I'm on the media path, because, you know, I was saying about like media and music being interchangeable, and at the moment, yeah, I am going down this media path and I'm really missing music. It's just like a whole complicated mess, and yeah, like I said, there are going to be times where things merge. It's kind of like media and writing gonna merge, even though they're like this and they want to go like this, you know. I feel like all I'm doing, like with everything that I'm saying, I feel like I'm just going around and around in circles and I'm not getting my point across. My future has all of these different paths, media and music and writing. Writing is always going to be a path that I'm on. I know that. I love writing, and that's kind of like another thing that kind of goes into the next kind of thing I was going to say about that. And that is, I never want to be a full-time writer because it's very hard to become a full-time writer anyway. But like, I wouldn't want to dedicate all my time to one thing. Like, I want many different sources of like income in the future. I don't want to be just confined to one thing. And this is something I did talk about on Instagram, I think. I actually don't remember. I just never want to be confined to one path, and I guess that it's becoming a bit of a challenge for me right now because I'm only on 2 paths at the moment and I want to be on all 3, and it's just not possible. And those 3 paths, they're just the career paths. The career paths, you know, because in life I feel like you do have more than your career paths. You have your like life path as well, like you've got your health as well, like mental and physical and just health in general, like you've got that whole path as well. And I guess it's kind of like, what's the best way to describe it? I'm trying to figure out the best way to kind of like describe it. Like it's like you either zoom down one path, like for example, if I just stuck to writing, you know, I would zoom down that path. But if I was to try and go down every single path, so media, music and writing, I would be quite slow at making my way down those paths and those different roads. But then you've got that health path as well, and it's just like when you try to go down every single path, your progress is going to be slow. I don't really know what this video is, to be honest. It's just me ranting on about different paths that I'm staring down, and I feel like I'm making tons of progress on my media path, but like my music path, like I've slowed down on that. I still listen to music, I still like to discover new music, but I'm just not creating my own music. I'm not doing any like music production or anything, and that was supposed to be a goal of mine for this year. It will probably be something that I still work towards this year, but there isn't going to be like a complete end result like I wanted. I don't think there is going to be an EP at the end of the year. If anything, you know, I would just be happy if it was just like a full studio production of Circles and Losing Feeling. And then I've got my writing path, which is, I feel like I'm always going to be on my writing path, but in terms of media and music, they are always going to change, and I'm always going to want to, you know, jump from each path. But in order to do that, there has to be like some sort of bridge between them, and sometimes there isn't going to be that bridge there, and so it's just like sometimes it feels like actually jumping over a river onto, like from media to music, it feels like jumping over a river and just, you know, hoping that and praying that I make it onto that path. And I guess the other thing is, I don't know where any of these paths are leading me, because it's just like they're never-ending paths, and there's fog there. Obviously, you know, because everything is so up in the air at the moment, you know, there is going to be fog there, and I don't know what's coming next. And I guess just this whole thing, this whole video is about enjoying the journey, and it's about process and the progress, you know, not the destination. I don't know what the actual saying is, I've completely forgotten it, it's disappeared into thin air, but I think it's like, it's all about the journey, not the destination, and that couldn't be more true right now for me, because I am on a journey with everything, and, you know, some paths may go faster than the others. You know, for example, media is going a lot faster than music right now, and then writing, I feel like on my writing path everything is, you know, just really steady. It's almost like I'm always moving on my writing path, but I'm not currently moving on my music path, but I am moving on my media path. How many times can I say path in one video? I would love for someone to count. I guess I'm just a bit, you know, bummed out because I'm not moving as fast as I want to on this one path in my life, you know, that being music. And then the other two, media and writing, like I feel like media is going really fast, and then writing, my writing path is just quite steady, and there are a few bumps along the way with my writing because I've been on that path for so long. But media, I feel like with media, it's going really fast and it's a really bumpy journey because, you know, all journeys are different. You know, that's another thing that I've been trying to say, is that it's all about the journey and not the destination, and then it's just like, you know, everyone's journey is different, but then it's like everyone has these different journeys. Like for me it's media, music and writing, but then someone else it may be, I don't know, I guess for some people it would just be like, let's take my boyfriend for example. He's got gaming, music, and I feel like that's all he's really got. Is that bad? But then my boyfriend is quite social. But yeah, he's got like gaming, music and socialising. I know he would probably disagree with me on those 3 paths. You know, he's constantly gaming, so he's always on that path, and then he's got his music path, and like they both merge really well because, you know, his dream is to be a games composer, like composing for games, and so they merge really well. But I feel like my paths don't merge very well. But as I keep saying, you know, it is about the journey and not the destination, and I think these 3 like smaller paths are part of this one big path that's taking me forward. At some point in the future, you know, I am gonna figure out how they merge, you know. I'm obviously not there yet, but it's just like I'm on these 3 smaller paths at different rates, at like different speeds. Each of these 3 paths is bringing me a step closer to that merging point. Like, I feel like this, I'm hoping this makes sense to people. I really do. I'd be worried if it didn't make sense, but I feel like I've talked my brains out at this point, and these 3 smaller paths are taking me steps in the right direction, and you know, this is where I'm meant to be with my life right now. And I feel like that's kind of like the other thing that kind of plays on my mind a lot. I feel like other people my age, you know, they finished college at 18 and then they went to uni and they're doing like their 2nd or 3rd year now. And I just feel a little bit left behind in that regard with my life, and you know, that's their life, that's their path, that's not mine. And I feel like at the moment, despite how much I hate it, and you know, despite, you know, I hate not knowing what's next, but I feel like, you know, this is where I'm meant to be, this is where I'm supposed to be in my life right now. And now that I've talked everything out, I do feel a lot better about it. But I feel like I've talked for a very long time, and I hope that that made sense to people and that you resonate with it. So I think that's going to be it. I kind of enjoyed this video. I feel like I've just done a massive word from it. I've gotten everything off my mind. I really hope I do post this, because it would be a shame if I didn't. Since this is going to be the end of this video, I would love to know what your different paths are in life. Like, how many paths do you have? Because I've got my 3. I would love to know. If you enjoyed this little impromptu video, then please make sure to smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe down below and ding the bell to be notified for every single time I upload. All of my social media links will be linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!